based on a true story of injustice, survival, and the fight for dignity. My name is Anthony Reed, and for 5 long years, the justice system tried to erase my life. In 2017, I was living in Eastwood, a small, mostly white town in Alabama. I was a 28-year-old black man, a construction worker, a father of 2, and I stayed out of trouble. But that didn't matter. One night, a robbery happened at a local liquor store. The security footage showed a man in a hoodie. The face wasn't clear. Witnesses said the suspect was a tall black man. That's all it took. The next morning, police showed up at my door. Guns drawn, no questions. No explanations. They put me in handcuffs in front of my children. I kept telling them I didn't do anything. I was at my mother's house all night. There were witnesses, family members, even neighbors who could confirm it. But none of that mattered. At the police station, they barely asked me anything. They fingerprinted me, took my mugshot, and threw me into a cold cell. They said they had an eyewitness, someone who was sure it was me. That eyewitness? An old man who had seen the robbery from across the street, at night in the rain. He picked my photo out of a lineup. No one told him I was the only black man in the lineup. Weeks later, they charged me with armed robbery. My court-appointed lawyer told me to plead guilty and take a deal. He said, if you fight it, you'll lose. The jury won't believe you. I refused. I didn't do it. I wasn't going to admit to a crime I didn't commit. The trial lasted only 3 days. The prosecution painted me as a dangerous man. They brought up a juvenile arrest from when I was 15. Something unrelated, something sealed. They made me look like a criminal to 12 strangers who didn't look anything like me. There wasn't a single black person on the jury. Not one. The security footage, blurry. The eyewitness contradicted himself multiple times on the stand. My family testified I was at home during the robbery. But the jury didn't listen. They found me guilty in less than 2 hours. I was sentenced to 12 years in prison. 12 years. For a crime I didn't commit. I missed birthdays, graduations, funerals. My youngest son barely knew me when I got out. Inside prison, I fought every day to stay alive and to stay sane. I filed appeals. I wrote letters. Most were ignored. Until one day, a young attorney from a justice organization picked up my case. She found something the original police never cared to look for. Fingerprints on the counter from the robbery. Fingerprints that didn't match mine. Fingerprints that matched a man who had committed 2 other robberies nearby. A white man who was already serving time for another crime. After almost 5 years, my conviction was overturned. I walked out of prison a free man, but not a whole man. They stole years from me. They stole memories I'll never get back. They broke my family. I never got an apology. No one said they were sorry. The state offered me a small settlement, just enough to survive a few months. I learned that in America, sometimes justice isn't blind. It just refuses to see. My name is Anthony Reed, and I am more than a number in their broken system. I am a man. I am a father. I am a survivor.